Hello and welcome to this Stadia Source news program. I'm going to call it. We're just going to talk about today's news for Crayta. We're also going to touch on the Elder Scrolls Online news, which people may have missed. I'm joined by two special guests here in Eddie, Stadia Player One. Hi,
Hello,
Eddie.
Duncan.
Hi, Eric. We're also joined by Chase of Stadia Talk. How's it going, Chase?
Good. How's everybody doing?
Outstanding. So basically, the news has broke, and this is the news what we're going to be talking about first, and it is Crayta. I think this has been hinted at in many of their play-alongs, is going to be implementing State Share. So basically, what happens is you create a game or a session of some sort, and you can drop the link, and then people can just jump in and play the game. Creative themselves have put out a more fuller blog post, and this is Stadia is an early version of Stadia enhanced feature set, and basically it is coming, and it's coming in this summer. So Eddie, how do you feel about this news?
I feel amazing, knowing that it's gonna be. It has been confirmed right now over on Crayta's Discord. That is the very first game with State Share over Stadia. So, and of course, they say it's beta, but indeed, it's going to be something really, really that I'm looking forward to try.
Yeah, Chase?
I think it's just Eddie, I guess, again, to give you credit on this, it's the evolution of what Google normally does, right? It's the God, Eddie, help me out with the term. It's the
you're trying to say agile methodology of keeping incrementing and incrementing. Yeah. Sorry, there's a kid running around, guys.
And since we're talking agile, we all have to stand up.
I just think it's a continuation of, we've all known for a while that these features would come out, and I kind of, again, I go back to the whole thing of I kind of wish we were hearing some roadmap pieces from Google on this stuff, but nonetheless, we're hearing it. We know it's coming out. We know this game's going to be one of the games that's going to showcase it in a beta format, which is amazing, and I'm excited about it. I think it's a big deal, and if there was a game that Google was putting all of their chips on the table on, I think this is the game. I think they know that this can be a winner in a lot of different respects. So I think they're doing the right things here.
Yeah, for me, Crayta has the potential of being the Roblox, the Minecraft for Stadia. And this also lends itself into what they're actually doing to actually promote people to actually make things on Crayta. I hope I'm saying it right. Is they are making a prize fund. And
Duncan, before we move in on the prize fund, if you want to scroll down on the State Share, just because there's an explanation how that's the fund. They say something how that is still on the fund. I think it's the last. No, wait. You have the two same tabs.
Yeah, I think he was just there though. If you go back down, because what you had shared with me, the pricing structure is the one with the ranks.
No, but there's another tab called Introducing State Share. Oh, I think that's the right one. My bad.
Yeah. And, no, I think there might be a bit of a delay.
Oh yeah, no, that was my bad. My bad. So it says here how it works. A player who made a game can share a link in social media. These links launch in Stadia and things then directly into a session of that game on Crayta. So that's one way it could work. The second point right now, right down below, yes. Someone making a game over a number of sessions just want to launching directly into create mode each time launching Crayta. So they create a link to save as a Chrome bookmark. So whenever you, let's say, I'm playing exactly the build type of game, or once again, this is right now available only on Crayta, or will be available only on Crayta. But it's like I don't want to go over the login screen. Then I jump over to the open and go exactly somewhere. I just want to go directly into the build part of the game. So I click on that button and it brings me directly into escaping all of those login screens and etc.
Sorry, I'm just going to bring His Royal Highness Daniel into the chat here as well. Hi, Dan.
Hello, how you doing?
All hail Dan.
Good to see you, Dan.
And you guys?
So I'm just breaking down a little bit of the features that Crayta team has posted on their blog that will be available with State Share. So they're saying right now, a streamer is having fun creating a game and wants to get more people involved. Then generated a temporary link that takes people directly into their edit session. When the stream finishes, the link expires. Kind of a crowd play-ish.
Yeah, that's basically what you can do at the moment with the party chats and whatnot. So
I think it's definitely what Eddie just said. I think it's ish. I don't think this is the final product, and I bet you they're just using this game as kind of that beta test to see how well it works before they start implementing. Because remember that the true version of crowd play is going to also need to have queues and lobbies in order to queue into the game if you're on that streamer's stream. So if that part's missing, it's not really the full true version of it. I think they're just trying to get data, and that's fine. Like, the fact that we're even getting this is great, but I don't know that this is necessarily the full rollout of it, just to be fair.
Now, this last one, I think it's exactly the same as what we can do it right now with inviting. So it says a YouTuber wants their views to come and join in their play sessions. So they generate a share a link in chat. People clicking on the link will be taken to exactly session that the streamer is in. Note, if server is fully, they will be taken to a new instance of the same game. So it's kind of the same feature that we already have it today.
Yeah, it is. So this is definitely the start of things. This is going to kick things up, and this is what Stadia needs to actually have out before the next gen consoles. So it's really good. What I just noticed here, I'm just saying, as I say, Stadia have just tweeted that at 1 o'clock Pacific time they are going to be holding I think it's a 1 minute live stream. Google on Stadia.
Nice.
Stadia have retweeted that, so it's the whole of Google are taking a part in a live stream at 1 o'clock Pacific time for the situation in America. So it's just something to say if you want, and they're encouraging people to take part in it there. So that's why I was looking at the phone there. When people were talking, I just noticed that they just retweeted that there now. So I'm just saying, if you want to take part, I think they are encouraging people to join. So
So just to repeat, I just saw the retweet from Stadia. It's google.org said, we're making a new 12 million commitment to fund organizations working to address racial inequity, starting with grants to policing equity and ej.org. So there's a post from Google on the Google blog standing with the Black community, and Stadia retweeted it.
Yeah, I think it was just I'm just mentioning that because I know that's in the thoughts of many people here and in the wider community, and they are actually doing a 8-minute 46-second moment of silence, and they're saying people can join in with them if they want. So, sorry, that was just being retweeted when we were on here, so I thought it was maybe worth mentioning that. So I don't know where to go now. Sorry.
I'll say something on this. Again, this is exactly in this moment. I talked to a lot of people yesterday, and I said this off the air to you, Duncan, before Dan came on, is that the number one thing I heard from people when I had conversations yesterday was there needs to be more action. No more words, no more talk. There just needs to be action. We all need to be part of the solution. And I think that's it. I think that's all that really needs to be said on this. That's just for me though. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bookend it like y'all couldn't say something, but I think that's the theme from yesterday. So I just wanted to say that.
I just felt it was right for me just to mention that while we were on our there. And
of course, if anybody's struggling, if anybody wants someone to talk to, we're all here for you guys, and we'll do what we can to listen, to understand, to help.
Yeah. We'll just move on to continue to talk about Crayta and the State Share.
I'd like to say something before we go on to that.
Okay, sorry.
Do you remember how sure you were, Duncan, that Get Packed was going to come with crowd play?
Yeah.
And it still hasn't got it. I'm throwing a spanner in the works. Do you think that all of this is going to be here straight from the beginning of Crayta, or do you think it will come at a later time?
I think I'll be here at launch. It has to be if they're pushing that, and I think with the state or the crowd play as well, I think they're just waiting for a connect or something, because Ember and Get Packed are both ready for the switch to be pushed in regards to that.
Well, I'm just thinking maybe it would be one of those things where, for example, when the game first comes out, you'd be able to create your games, you'd be able to play it yourself and blah, blah, blah. But then as soon as it comes to like allowing other people to play your games, that might come shortly afterwards. It's not impossible. Give time to people to create their games, and then bring that out at a later time.
Possibly.
Dan, just because I was here on Crayta's Discord, they said explicitly, yes, we are the first game on Stadia with State Share. So they will be probably, as it has in the article and their Medium post as well, it says it's beta. So I think once Crayta hits the store for us, it's going to have those features there.
Yep.
I'm actually more... Oh, sorry.
Said awesome stuff.
just looking there. By working closely with State Engineering team, we were able to take State Share beta and wrap it around our share codes feature to create intelligent, instant access hyperlinks directly to Crayta.
Yeah, this is going to be really exciting. It's not even just in Crayta; it's going to be other games going forward. Like as soon as these roguelike games or whatever, roguelike, whatever way you want to pronounce them, start coming to Stadia, you just drop the seed in and people can play along. There's just going to be so many opportunities for State Share going forward. It's really, really exciting. It's one of the most exciting things Stadia has. And as we've seen in the first ever Stadia Connect, if you want to call it that, Stadia Reveal, there's actually games being developed from the ground up for State Share to take part of, or it's their number one feature.
I'll have to rewatch that one.
Yeah. It's basically a game where you can make it as difficult for people to take over and say, can you beat this bit? Can you beat that bit? Sort of thing. It's just going to be really, really exciting.
Absolutely. Have you mentioned the prize funds yet? Or
We haven't got to the prize fund yet. With the prize fund, this is, so you can see who me and Kelly's both on this machine there. Basically, they've released a prize fund to try and get people to get creating to see what I did there. And so it just gives you a rundown, and does actually say the top end. Did I see 40,000 or something, or did I just pull that number from my backside? Probably from. But basically, there's a prize fund for top new games, top games amounts for 5,000. So it's not insignificant, and anybody could actually get it. And they're also offering spot prizes as well. So this is going to be really interesting, and this is going to actually push people to actually get really creating. What do you guys think, Dan?
Yeah, like you said, it's a good incentive for people to pick up this game and give it a try and create something. I know that they've also got grants and stuff as well for like indie developers to have a helping hand, bring their games to life. We've already seen that in the creator reveal. So yeah, there's lots of incentive to try this.
Eddie?
So the fund that they had was to help the indie developers who were developing games for Stadia. So it was about 100,000 pounds that they had split across multiple indie developers to bring those titles to Crayta. And I don't remember the number of indie developers they worked on, but I can say that there will be about a dozen games when they launch on Stadia at the launch day.
Well, I kind of before sorry, Chase, if I can just butt in, I kind of want to reiterate what I just said a minute ago, because obviously I said about the grants. The grants obviously weren't for Crayta; they were for Unity, weren't they? So I'd like to obviously go back and just correct that. But the way that it ties into the point I was trying to make is obviously if you decide, actually, I'm enjoying Crayta, you know what I mean? I'm making pretty good content on this. I want to maybe start to learn something better, such as Unity. Then obviously that's where that comes into play.
So the funds is still something like they explain here. It's going to be for the top games, which is calculated using an equal combination of total unique plays and total time spent in games, and top new games, which is every 30 days there will be a top new game. They explain here on this blog post that there could be other types of monetization, but they decided to go with this one for now. They even mentioned Roblox earlier, because Roblox microtransactions to this day works very well, but for launching a game, they decided it's not the best approach to launch a game. Go ahead, Chase.
No, I mean, I think the system that they're using is really well thought out. I think it's the most. I don't know that I would go as far as to say it's the best option, but I think when you talk about equitability, I think it's very equitable across the board, the way that they're doing it, and they're focusing in on performance, but they're also focusing in on, of course, what is the game that's getting the most traction, because that's giving them the most eyes on their platform. I mean, I can't fault them for thinking that way. That's a good strategy for them, because ultimately if it's a good game that everyone wants to play, people will go to their platform to play it. So they want to incentivize that and reward folks that are doing those types of creations. So I think all around, for me, I think this is really, really good. And again, kudos to the Crayta team and kudos to Google. I'm sure they both have had ongoing conversations on this back and forth about what exactly they wanted this to look like, and how that's going to look across the platform, because when you're dealing with money and payouts, I'm assuming it's going to be tied to your Google Wallet. Like, there's a lot of different things that this is all going to have, going to need cross collaboration and cross cooperation on. So it's good stuff, man. It's really good stuff.
Yeah, it really is. I'm really excited about this. This is one of the big things. I think this is a concept, something to make the difference between Stadia and the other consoles going forward, and other platforms. You're you want to touch any more on this here, or do you want to go into the ESO news now?
I've got nothing more to say on it, really, to be fair.
Oh, no worries. The other talking point for today is the Elder Scrolls Online, and there is a very interesting comment here, if I can find it. And here it is. Here is so you can play the game on Stadia and then play it on PC as well. And they responded saying, yes, absolutely. You know, for platform crossplay, you always want to buy at least the base game bundle in order to gain access to the game on the platform. But after that, any additional progress or purchases that are made, you have full access on both. So responding, all right, so basically existing PC players will have to buy the game for the first time, and then any following purchase made on the account will be shared, and say that is correct. So this seems to indicate that this means you buy once, you get it everywhere, which is going to be a really big thing. What's your guys' take on it?
If you'll allow me, I'll just leave my quick thoughts, and I've got to go. Actually, I think this is a massive bit of news today, and I don't want to overshadow. I think the Crayta news is actually very big. They're both big pieces of news. This is a massive bit of news, though, because again, you're talking about incentivizing or giving a reason for a player that's over on PC to potentially even look at Stadia. And if they know that the only thing they got to do is pay into that base subscription, which is what, Pro, in order to access ESO to claim it, I think this opens up the door for a larger player pool. And I think prior to today, if it was just, hey, pay for Pro, you get a couple of the things for free, and then you get nothing else. Even if you bought the content over on PC, I think you're going to possibly block some people out where they're going to say, I'm not interested because I don't want to pay for things twice. And I listen, that's the way that things are. That's how they have been for a while. So I don't necessarily, I don't want to be cold when I say this, but I don't necessarily sympathize with it because it's the way that we've always done things, and we just have kind of been accustomed to it. But at the same time, we will move in a future environment where it's going to come down to services versus individual purchases of games. We've talked about this. So I think this is one of those opening doors that we're seeing where that's happening here. And you know what? I think this is actually a really big bit of news that is going to catch on with that community with ESO. It's going to be very interesting to watch.
Yes, this is, for me, this is big news as well. And hopefully we'll see more games doing this as well in the future. Chase, you said you were going here. Do you want to plug your channel there?
Yeah. Folks can find me over at youtube.com / I got it right, Eddie, Stadia Talk. You can also find me on Twitter at Phantom UFC Fam. And it was a pleasure joining you, Duncan, Dan, Eddie, chat. I hope that you all have an awesome and wonderful day. Please stay safe. Please be well. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Chase.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Chase.
Yeah, so really big news here going forward. What's your take on that, Eddie?
Actually, I don't have too much to say on the ESO news because I didn't digest it yet, and I haven't been an ESO player before, so I cannot make any comments on that as of now. But I heard what you guys saying, and it's very interesting.
Dan?
Pretty much share the same sentiments as what you and Chase said. If you can excuse the noise in the background.
I've actually got another guest here. Is Stadia Revolution. So, how's it going?
Hello.
Yo, what's good, y'all?
How's it going?
Hold on, let me mute my TV. Got to mute my TV so I can hear you guys.
The Stadia Revolution is a big fan of ESO,
Forgot.
right?
That's all the sound I got.
I think he didn't hear me. Yes,
Yeah.
he's muting the TV. So I was saying you are a big ESO fan, right?
Oh,
Oh,
can you
can you hear us?
So hold
Revolution.
on a second. I gotta get some headphones. Hold on.
Okay.
Sure. Dan, what's your take on it there? Just while we're in first.
Yeah, so if anything that obviously stops you having to buy DLC twice is brilliant, because I know, for example, that was one of the reasons why I haven't played Borderlands 3 on Stadia much, because obviously I put all my effort into the Xbox version, and there was some like DLC and stuff that I've obviously picked up on the Xbox, and because I can't transfer that to Stadia, you know what I mean, I don't want to kind of buy it twice. So if they can do that with the Elder Scrolls, that would entice a lot more people to maybe jump over to Stadia as their main method of play.
Yeah. Rev, what's your take on the news? Do you want to start with the ESO news, or do you want to start with the Crayta news? Entirely up to
Hey,
you.
first, can y'all hear me? Okay,
Yes.
good.
Loud and clear, sir. Go ahead.
All right, cool. So, well, I was thinking about the Crayta thing because I read a little bit of the article, as I'm currently working. I'm on my lunch break right now, so I just had to just go over it really briefly. This is a really big step in this. You know, even if it's just in the beta form right now that they're bringing these features in, that's still a big thing, because that was one of the main selling points from all the way last year. It was one of the things that people were definitely looking forward to. I know I am. So, this getting this out there finally in the summer, whenever Crayta launches, is really good for the platform, because you didn't want to be going too long without at least like the state share and crowd play features being available. Because I know there was supposed to be news of crowd play being in Get Packed, and then that kind of just went away, and then there was never a mention of it anymore. So getting it now with Crayta is actually probably a better idea, a better option, because of the game creation mode for the the way that this game is done. This allows for better crowd play, better crowd play, and better creation. So in collaboration. So I think this is a really good thing.
So if I may add to that, because I think because right now we are on YouTube, and we care so much about crowd play. And by the way, thanks to the 19 people who are hanging out with us here right now. Crowd play, it is a feature that is really integrated with YouTube as we saw it. So let's recap it. People were watching you on your live stream, and they would click a button on YouTube and would integrate with the Stadia game. So right now, State Share, as we saw here on this articles, it's more like you have a link and then you go. Crowdplay, it sounds like it's a feature that is more towards YouTube matchmaking than Stadia itself. So I know all of us as content creators are excited to try crowdplay, but I guess it depends more on the YouTube side than on the Stadia side.
Right. The YouTube features, we really need those to be out by at least by the summer. That's just gotta happen, because when we get past the summer, what we got coming out? We got Cyberpunk coming. We got all these other different games that's going to be dropping. Big major games that's going to be dropping, and so you want to have people, you want to give people a better option. And you want to have something unique to the platform that will entice people to come in and compel them to just say, hey, well, this platform is free and you get this and you get this. And plus, you're only paying for the price of the game to get on this platform, and you get all of these features along with it. So at this point, it's about that time where these features start rolling out.
I was just going to say, just to mention one more thing about Crayta, in about 50 minutes' time, they are going to be having another live stream. So it might be worth checking that out as well.
Yeah,
It wasn't in about 1 hour.
I think it's going to be at 1 o'clock at my time, so that's Central Time.
Yeah, but it was going to be 7 p.m. your time, Duncan.
Yep. So about 50 minutes.
Oh, 50. Oh, okay. I understand 15. Okay, my bad. My bad.
My Northern Ireland accent.
I'm sorry, mate. The accent got me there, mate.
Yeah.
It's your ears, man. They don't work. They don't function correctly.
My bad.
But yeah, this is great. I just want to say that Duncan, this is awesome to be here. I think this is like the first time I was here, and I really do appreciate having me here. And it's I know like we butt heads a lot, because we have like I think we have similar personalities, and so we we kind of follow opposite ends on things sometimes, and then sometimes we do agree on things. But the thing is, just given with everything that's going on in the community and everything that's going on with in the world and stuff like that, I just want to say that I have a profound respect for what you do, because you do a lot for the community. And so whenever we butt heads, I just remember that I do have respect for this person, and so sometimes I won't say things that would normally come to my mind to say, because it's out of respect. I'm not a disrespectful person like that, so I try to make sure that what I say sometimes doesn't come off as being like that. And sometimes I fail at that, but we're all human and we make mistakes. But I just want to tell you, straight out in front of everybody while everybody's here, because I know they've probably seen us butt heads on Twitter a lot, that I do have respect for Duncan, and it is not any type of dislike or hate or anything like that. And I told him that, in a tweet once. He asked me, well, why do you da da da? I said, because you have a voice in this community, and I respect you, and that's just that.
Thank you very much. I think everybody does see we butt heads is probably the polite way of saying it on Twitter. So yes,
that's Duncan's nickname, isn't it?
Oh, back in your box.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
We appreciate you too, Rev, and everybody in the community as well. You, Eddie, and Chase, and everybody else as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think us at Stadia Source, we try and just give everybody an equal platform. There's no one more important, and there's no one to what way can you say it? Say it nicely for me. Someone we just try. We're equal. Everybody is equal in our eyes. So we try and promote everybody as we can.
And I know. Sometimes it seems like we have a lot of regular guests on here as well. Obviously, such as like Eddie and Chase, and our doors are always open if anybody else in the content creating community wants to reach out to us. We're happy to have guests on if you've got something important that you want to say on our platform or to us or with us. Then just let us know, and we'll try and accommodate as well. So,
all right.
I'm on mute again because I'm awesome. What about you, Rev? What about the ESO news? What do you make of that?
I read a little bit briefly about that, and I'm still processing thoughts on it. But from what I was able to see, that people will be able to buy a feature to get the base game, or getting the base game, and then they'll be able to get their progress over on Stadia. I think that's really good, and that's just another thing that helps people be able to transition over to using this platform. Because when you look at the possibility of having to, you have all the progress in the game that you have already, so cross progression is really good. And then you don't want to have to spend a couple grand to upgrade your rig or whatever, when you could just bring all of that progress over to a free platform and you're streaming through the cloud, and now you can take that game with you wherever you go. I mean, that is a more compelling option than being stuck to your PC, which is not to say that having your PC is a bad thing or anything like that. It's just another option that you get to do, and you get to keep your progress going. And I think, I think that's got a lot of potential for bringing people to the platform, as even if it's just a secondary option, that's still one more user to the platform. And I think that's a pretty awesome thing.
Oh, I thought Dan was going to say something there. Respecting his hand.
I was, but I don't know whether we're finished on the ESO news. But I wanted to kind of quickly bring something up as well. It's only going to be a quick one because I don't think we've got too much we could say about it.
Stadia Quickie.
Oi, oi. I'm trying to find it now. Bungie have basically put out a little teaser for the future of Destiny 2 that's going to be happening on June the 9th at 9 a.m. Pacific time.
Okay.
And so basically we're going to get a glimpse of the future of Destiny 2. So I don't quite know whether that's going to be a new expansion or the road to Destiny 3, for example. So exciting things.
Yep.
What do you think?
I was going to say, what do you get?
Dan, how long has been Destiny 2 out?
A few years now, right?
Yeah, you're talking like at least like 2-3 years, I think, maybe more. So
You have been playing it from beginning, right?
Not me.
yeah, pretty much. Let me have a look, see when it released.
Oh, just while you're doing that, I also want to,
2017. So it's a 3-year-old game.
Yeah.
oh, while I remember here, sorry, going back to ESO, there is an ESO Discord group for Stadia members which has been created, and I think it's Cloud Gaming Extreme knows things about that. So if anybody wants to know about that, give Cloud Gaming Extreme a wee ping on Twitter or anything like that, and he'll give you more information on it. So sorry, just while I remember.
If you can ping the link to us on Discord or something, we can put it in the chat quickly. If you would like us to.
Yeah, and Rigor's also said there's a new Serious Sam interview, and that is being hosted by Segment Next. It's talking about the new Legion system where they can have thousands upon hundreds of thousands of enemies on screen at one time, and gives a bit more information on that.
It's going to be stuff like that that's going to be the selling point for Stadia. Because if you look at like Orcs Must Die 3, whenever that comes out, it's supposed to have where you can have a bunch of orcs, like 500 or so orcs on the screen at one time. So if you can get more than one game doing that, I mean, that's just like the 40 car race in Grid. You know, it said, what can Stadia do that other consoles and PCs and other platforms cannot do? And that's the stuff that needs to be highlighted. My little opinion on that, you know.
Yeah, just go through the chat here, just briefly here. X, I'm not going to try and pronounce names, which I'm going to butcher, which I'm sorry about, but I'm known for that, not being able to pronounce things. State share on Crayta could be, yeah, absolutely massive. It just takes one viral game, and that game and Crayta is a hit, and everybody will just ding it around their Discords, ding it around their messages, WhatsApps, everything, and that's all you need for it to go viral. Is there any ones anybody else finds interesting there in the chat?
I think we're caught up, to be fair. I don't know
Yeah, I
whether
think we are.
any other news you want to discuss quickly before we finish, such as like the T-Mobile news or...
Yeah, the T-Mobile thing was interesting. I just wish it came at a different time, like today.
Yeah, I agree with that. Most places seem to have, yesterday with the events, stopped doing any sort of news. It was a really quiet day, and it was all for the situation there.
For good cause.
For a good cause, yes.
Yeah, because I thought that it was good news for T-Mobile users and stuff like that they'll be able to, and people signing up for T-Mobile, they'll be able to get 3 months of Stadia Pro for free. And I like that Google is still working behind the scenes with large companies to get more users into this space, and then that you can add that to the rumor. I'm not sure if it's a rumor or something where they're going to be doing there may be a way for non-certified phones or whatever to be able to use Stadia. So if you're talking about getting that option and then bringing people over to Stadia, giving them 3 months of Pro for free, right after they just ended, which ended today, the 2-month option. I mean, that was just kind of a good way to drop it. It's just so happened that it came at the expense of the blackout so it didn't get as much traction, I don't think, as it should have, within the community because of that.
Yeah, and it is 3 months free, Stadia for Pro free for 3 months, and it's for new users only.
Okay, so new users, yeah, and so what I think was like existing users had still got a code, but they could just give them away or whatever. I think that's what it was.
Yes, I believe that's what happened. Yeah.
So I have some news here regarding what Rev was saying about the unsupported phones and etc. I just looked at my Stadia app on my phone. It has been updated with the version that Google 925 cover. So version 2.19 is already rolled out. At least it has been pushed in a notification. It has been updated on my phone about how long ago? Yeah, 13 hours ago. So it was yesterday. So maybe all of those features we saw on that app breakdown will be rolling out soon. It's already on the APK that it's sitting on my phone. So we'll see to other phones as well.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was interrupting you there.
No. I was interrupting you. Go.
I think we're shallow drop with the next Connect, which is maybe next week, with the IGM thing. So just now available on all these phones, and they've just prepped it for now.
I would say that Connect will happen at the last day of the Summer 4 Games from IGN, either the 24th or the 23rd or something like that, but it's closer to the end because it's when officially it's summer, and Stadia doesn't want to say summer so much and then drop something on spring,
But y'all really think it's going to be that soon? When they talked about, when they said the Summer Connect in like April, when they mentioned the Summer Connect, I was in my mind just picturing it would be more towards the July-August period.
Yeah, even September.
Well, yeah, early September. Yeah, but I was thinking more in the July-August period. But you guys, I've been hearing a lot of people say it may be in June, and I'm just curious, like, why do you guys really think that? Not to be,
It's because Google's involved with IGM, and it's to be announced.
That'll do it.
That's why everybody's thinking along them lines.
Yeah, I'm thinking along that, but I'm thinking towards the beginning of summer. So Google will have all of the promotions saying, it's summer, guys, and we are having rolling out all of these features for you to enjoy during the summer. So probably at the very, very beginning of summer, which is the last week of June.
It was like the 21st, and then you get like what, 9 days in this July.
Yeah, I would say, even if I may say probably next week or the week after, we will hear the official date of the Connect. Something like 10 days before the Connect happening, it will be the official date. Just as, for example, just as a comparison, the PlayStation 4 event that was supposed to take place tomorrow, which now has been rescheduled to a future date, it has dropped the news of the official date like 5-6 days before. So I think it's gonna be something like that in terms of the next Connect.
Duncan, you've just given Cloud Gaming Extreme a new show idea.
Yeah,
Extreme meme.
Extreme meme, yes. Yeah, I was just telling about the Ubisoft conferences on the 12th of July. So I'm looking forward to that one myself.
Yeah, do you think we're going to get some sort of announcement on Uplay Plus from that?
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
I'm thinking September, October.
It's about time. It's about damn time.
Yeah, because because when was it announced? It was announced in like August of last year. I think that's when the article hit that this was going to be Uplay Plus was going to be a part of Stadia at some point. Yep. And we're going to be closing in on a year in 2 months from that article being dropped. So at some point, this has got to roll out. I mean, we've been huge in our support of of Ubisoft games on this platform. I have a bunch of them, and I know some of you guys do too. And so it's like, okay, you see that there's support for the games, right? Exactly. You see that there's support for your games on this platform, and you see that there's many people that are playing your games consistently, and there's been a lot of return for you guys on that. So now, what are the one big thing that you haven't put here yet is the one big thing that we're waiting for. So it's time to get that. It's time to get that in.
I would say even more than that.
No, said Duncan is muted.
I don't know. He knows it.
Saying something.
He always muted.
But
I was saying, I'm a mute.
As Resurrector mentioned here on chat, Gods and Monster, I think we will hear about that. I think we will hear some stealth drops on Stadia, like right now, and we're rolling this event, and right now you can go and play what's the name again of the hammer game?
Oh,
The hammer game.
No, it's just because it holds a hammer. Oh my god, Rainbow Six Siege. Oh my god, yes, sorry. It's just because well, anyway. We're gonna see a stealth drop of Siege on Stadia, and I think they will be announcing more stuff on Quarantine. Not the Quarantine we are, but Rainbow Six Quarantine.
Yeah, we need to get a date on that too.
Yeah, because it has been radio silence for a while. So
but
have a lot of games to come.
But Eddie, check it out though. We all missed that Quarantine thing. I think no, that was Siege. But we all kind of missed that too because they announced it. Some of us caught it, but a lot of us missed it. And they announced that back in February. So
that is coming to Stadia, right?
Yeah, there was an article about that in February. We all missed that.
But the point is, it is coming. They said it not that much publicly. They said in an event, but we haven't heard anything about Rainbow Six Quarantine in a while.
No,
Ubi has been on radio silence because right now Ubi is promoting Valhalla, and all other games from Ubisoft are kinda on hold. Although we already have a launch date for Valhalla, but there has been no news on Watch Dogs. There has been no news on Rainbow Six, Gods and Monsters. So I think it will be the time on July 12th when we heard all about all of those games. And maybe some more. Like there's some rumors of some unseen things. People are saying Far Cry 6.
Right.
We'll see. I'm looking forward for that one.
Well, maybe they may be a part of that Uplay Plus. We don't know. So maybe that's why they're holding those things back, and they're going to announce it at their big thing. But guys, I gotta run because my lunch break is almost over, and I got to get back on to make these calls for the next 5 hours. So it was fun.
So where can I find you?
Oh yeah. Well, my YouTube is Stadia Revolution. The Stadia Revolution, you guys can find me there. I'm also on Twitter at SFounder2019. I do have a Facebook group. It's the Stadia Revolution. You guys can join that. Make sure you answer the questions and agree to the rules. That's the only way you get in. And that's it. Just be looking out for videos, live streams, and stuff like that.
I think we're all thank you for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. And have a great one.
All right, guys. Peace out.
Right. I think this is maybe just a natural break now anyway, so I would like to thank Eddie. Eddie, where can we find you?
Absolutely, guys. So there was a little rebranding here. I am right now Eddie Player 1. Of course, I'm stayed ahead. You can see this thing is not going anywhere out of my wall. But my YouTube channel is Eddie Player 1. The URL to be changed. And on Twitter, Eddie_Player1.
That means I've got to update our website now, doesn't it?
Sorry. I'll be in touch with you offline.
Yeah, send us your assets and stuff, and I'll get that done.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Just in case you didn't see the news earlier, there is now the Stadia Source shop, as demonstrated by me. And
very nice.
And Dan doesn't have his hat on today, which is disappointing.
It had another meaning.
Yeah, no, that's why he's showing his DBA skills, database analyst. I'm
Yeah.
just joking. I know what it means.
But yeah, I just wanted to wear this hat for other reasons. So, but yeah, I will have a proper storefront up soon, and we'll start promoting it if you're interested. I've been setting that up behind the scenes as well. I
Then
know
the store will be UK only.
No, there is a US version as well, which I've noticed now. So we're going to get that one up as well.
Nice.
I'm also aware that Stadia Rock has just opened one as well. So if you're interested in some of his merch, go and check that out. And who knows, you might see something you like. So I've just been...
Okay. Since we are promoting stores, I gotta promote my wife's store, which is you can go on store.stadiaplayer1.com. Yes, I know it's on the old URL, but it's a link to the website. It's called Redbubble. My wife does the designs and put it there, so you can grab it whatever you want. There's hoodies, there's socks. There's an awesome Stadia socks actually. There's the Doom T-shirt that I got in. Now I need to get there's a beautiful T-shirt from what's the Last of Us 2 that I need to get there.
So I was just putting the Discord link for the Stadia ESO
right.
in the chat if anybody's interested.
Okay, sir. Thank you for having me covering the news today. The very interesting news, and I'm looking forward to play some Crayta soon. Yeah, and just a reminder, in 30 minutes or 29 minutes, Crayta will be live.
Oh, and do we have a Patreon by any chance?
Oh.
We may do. We may have one, yeah.
So check that out on the website as well. Every penny what goes there helps creating making the site better and getting more things and more features and more everything basically. So just check that out as well. Under no obligation to do anything. If you want to get it, do it. If you don't be worrying.
Just look at the bottom of every Stadia source page and you'll find a button for it if you are interested. So yeah.
And do you want to wrap up now?
Bye, Chad.
We will wrap up. So thanks everybody who turned out to join us this evening. It's been a brilliant one as always. And thank you, Eddie, Chase, and Rev for joining us as well. And thank you, Duncan, for getting us all together tonight to discuss this. And we will see you on the next video.
Bye, Chad.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.